What's up, everyone? I'm James.
And I'm Jeremy.
And we're the Bear Rugs. Coming at you live in at least 720p.
Not really sure, to be honest.
So grab yourself a spicy soda and greasy snack.
Then apologize to your cardiovascular system.
And let the sweet baritone ravings of the Bear Rugs fill your head.
We really appreciate you guys tuning in. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Today is Wednesday, our favorite episode, Ask the Bear Rugs, where we field questions from the site, from you guys,
The listeners.
and we try to answer them and as gracefully as we possibly can, depending on the level of the content, right?
Yep. I do my best.
You do your best. I always answer them. There's no question too taboo, I think, for me.
Typically for me, that would also be the case.
Kiss. That'd be the kiss.
Case for new listeners. For career preservation reasons, I skirt around some of the saucier questions, but I will do my best to answer everything I can.
It's just my boo. I watched Brave the other day, dude. I'm obsessed. Hit
decent.
me boob.
I appreciate all the red hair in it.
Yeah, she did have some pretty frizzled out.
There's
red
very
hair.
few movies that represent us orange folk.
All right, so let's get into it. What's our first question?
All right. Best 90s or 2000s cartoon quotes.
Best
Catchphrases.
90s or 2000s?
Cartoon catchphrases.
You want to go with one?
Oh boy,
That's not a catchphrase.
yeah, no. Things coming to mind. It's like all Cartoon Network stuff. So like,
Johnny Bravo.
DD, get out of my laboratory.
get out of my laboratory.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
stole mine, dude. I'm pissed.
Yeah, or the man, I'm sexy. The
Johnny Bravo?
Yeah, and then the intro to Courage.
Ooh. What
Yeah.
was
It's
it?
something like middle of nowhere with his.
Pull it up.
It's
Pull
like
that shit up. Courage the Cowardly Dog intro. Pull it up.
Muriel and her
Cat
husband
dog.
Eustace Biggs or something like
Cat dog. Well, in a little cat dog.
that. Yeah, all we remember is the opening jingles. That's all I can think of too. Like I remember like Skeeter and Doug made like this honking sound sometimes.
Can you give me an example?
No, I don't remember it that well. Let's see, 90s.
Nigel
and 2000
Thornberry's Smashing.
cartoons. Yeah, that's a good
Rocket
one.
Power?
Nah, I don't remember.
Put your hand up like this.
Oh.
Woogity, woogity, woogity,
Oh,
woogity, woogity,
yeah, I
woogity.
remember that. That's a good
Yeah,
show.
dude.
That's a good show. Yeah. Man, what else? There's so many good ones. Let's see. Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo when he announces himself. I like that from Powerpuff Girls.
Yep. Blossom Bubbles Buttercup. Yeah, I'm remembering a lot of Cartoon Network too. Not much. I'm trying to think.
Well,
of like
they
some Nickelodeon
ruled
ones.
there for
Did
a while,
Rugrats
dude.
have one? I just remember the song.
You know who I like? I don't really remember like quotes and stuff. I remember characters I like from Real Monsters. Real Monsters.
I never saw that.
Really?
Never.
Dude, there's a character named.
Is that the one where he's like
Yeah, he's holding his eyes. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
His name's Crumb, and he's got his eyes in his hands. I always
Okay.
remember he has like 5 really big, prominent armpit hairs on both sides, and he's so gross. I remember my whole life being like, man, that's gross. Armpit hairs. And then
I
I got
like
him. I was
him,
like,
though.
oh, God, I'm like Crumb now. Yeah. Good times.
Was there a cartoon back then that you fucking hated? Like every time it came on, you're like, ugh, I'm changing the channel.
No, man, I really like them all. So on the opposite side of that, I can remember a few that I absolutely adored. One was called SWAT Cats.
SWAT cats?
SWAT Cats, yeah. There's these 2 like junkyard cats named T-Bone and Razor that own a junkyard, and
Okay.
they used to be part of this paramilitary force that like
Okay.
patrolled the city, Mega Cat City.
Okay.
And the military's like corrupt and asked them to do something like they didn't morally agree with, and so they quit and they opened their junkyard. But they still kept their know-how, and they built their own like fighter jet and tank and stuff like that. And so they go out and vigilante like take care of business still.
Okay.
So that, and then I really liked Tailspin.
Tailspin.
That's the
Is
one
that
like
the one
the Jungle
with the
Book
mouse
one.
and the airplane and shit?
No, it's like Baloo the bear from Jungle Book with an airplane, and then like
Oh.
the little boy that like, well, Cub. It's also a bear. He sometimes he gets on like this little like ski surfing thing behind the plane and literally like surfs the clouds.
Okay. Never seen it.
But there's a mechanic on the plane named Wildcat, and it's one of my favorite cartoon characters of all time.
Dude, I'm trying
And
to
it's
think.
part of the reason I became an aircraft mechanic for the beginning of my
that
career.
cartoon.
Yeah, Wildcat. I wanted to be like Wildcat.
I'm gonna be like him one day. I'm trying to think of like a cartoon.
Been there, done that. Put that behind me. Don't need to be Wildcat
Ed,
anymore.
Ed, and Eddie, dude.
Big ass jawbreakers.
Yeah, dude. I loved Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't really think of any quotes per se.
Yeah. I don't know. You got one? You got a banger?
Not really. All right. Anyway, I think that's the best we're going to do with that. What's the next question?
What are your thoughts on the James Webb images that have come out over the last several months?
I'm looking at you like, I wonder if you've been paying attention.
I have not. Let's look it up.
So I know they're
Are they spicy?
I know they're better than we had with Hubble.
Here.
Oh, look at that. I know.
Are they pretty fire? They are actually.
Oh,
pretty
dude,
fire.
it
the
is
supermassive black hole, dude.
it is exponentially better pictures than Hubble
Oh my gosh!
and anything
Yeah,
before
it's
it.
insane.
Yeah, that camera. And the crazy thing is when they got put up there, it sustained a little bit of damage, like a couple of its like little
Little
solar
apparatuses
panels or something.
Yeah.
But they expected it to not cause any issues.
Yeah,
and-
the earliest
and
strands
thus
of the
far it hasn't.
cosmic web were identified by this thing, dude.
yeah, it's a powerful
it's
boy.
fire, dude.
It's a powerful
Yeah.
boy. It's something that
Bro, these
I-
are going to be phone screensavers everywhere, dude.
Yeah, and like Microsoft's gonna be like, we need that for desktops.
Yep.
I followed it pretty closely when they launched it, and then I followed it, checked in on it because it took it like weeks or months to get to its resting place.
Uh-huh.
And I was really interested in it being okay. Like, I hope it gets there. But then it got there.
And
It took it several days to unfold also. It had to, like, unfold its, like,
Yeah, all of its
stuff.
Yeah,
That's a scientific word, stuff.
unfold or
And
stuff.
then once it did, I was like, all right, cool. Do your thing,
I'm
man.
good.
And then
Live your best
like,
life,
it
little-
made it.
little
If it
telescope.
finds something cool, I'm sure I'll hear about it. And by something cool, it's like alien. If it's not an alien, I'm like,
You don't give a shit.
Whatever. Like, if they're
No.
just like, it found something that
Man,
looks like a skyscraper
I'm-
on Neptune, I'll be like, what?
I'm honestly pretty happy that like I feel like people are getting a little bit more passionate about space than like when we,
It's the final frontier.
that's it, dude. It is the big.
It's also
the
going to
last
be
sea, dude.
one of the next battlegrounds, so that's an important.
Hey man, I'd
reason
sign up
to-
for Space Force. They actually created a video game called Boundary where you actually are in like dog shit astronaut suits. So like you can shoot them and the bullets will puncture their suits and you can
I
kill
think.
them that way.
I
I don't think guns would work in space though. I'm almost positive that they don't because of the vacuum. Like the combustion just isn't possible.
like the way they sound and feel in the Call of Duty game, where you get to use the guns in space.
Yep, it's like hollow thumping or like the Halo missions where you're in space.
I like the Call of Duty ones better, but yeah, I know what you're
Okay.
saying.
Fair.
Not that I like Halo better than Call of Duty as a game in a
Hey,
role,
you know
but
what?
the guns
Live your
in
best
space,
life, dude.
I liked how Call of Duty did it better. I feel like that would be kind of a hot topic. Like, I feel like
You said duty.
if you like Call of Duty better than Halo, it's like you're like, I don't know about you.
Are you saying you're throwing shade? You think people are? I don't know, man. I mean,
I don't know. From an
they
actual
the same?
gamer, who would you had to hang out with a Halo fanatic, or you had to hang out with a Call of Duty fanatic? Which one do you
probably
trust more?
Halo because
Yeah.
I bet we would have like more in common
Yeah.
as far as like just general.
Yeah, I feel
sci-fi
like Call of
fantasy.
Duty is a lot more like
It's too
the more
it's
like
too broad.
bro-y, like college.
Yeah. It's
college
like, yeah.
frat
It's gonna be
dudes and
frat
stuff.
boys that are gonna want to
Right.
talk about sports.
Right.
Not that I have anything against sports. I don't. I hope both teams are having fun. I just don't. You know what I mean?
So even though I am like a big sports guy and stuff like that, I
Yeah.
still prefer Halo because just the gameplay itself is
Pretty good.
It's good, pretty good. It's good. It's good. It's slower paced and more possibilities. So
I like the James Webb Telescope. I think this is sexy.
yeah, I'm glad it made it safe, and I'm glad that I've been reminded about it because now
Bro, it looks cool as fuck too.
now I will go
Look at
and do some research on it. Oh, I've seen it.
It's sexy,
Remember,
dude.
I followed its journey
Okay, I mean I didn't know if
with
you
bated
saw it.
breath.
With baited, BATED, not BAITED. You know.
Yeah, no, not. I didn't have worms in my throat.
Bait. I see what you did there. I'm following you, camera guy.
Hmm. All right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yep,
Would there be?
I will look up more
Do
about
you
James
think?
Webb.
Do you think that there's life in our solar system?
Not in our solar system. Well, by life,
I'm talking.
there might be some like bacteria.
I'm talking like Europa.
I don't think there's.
You don't think there's like a
I don't
fish
think
in there?
I don't know. I don't think there's bipeds. I don't
Do
even
you
think there's
think-
vertebrates.
Do you
I think there's probably
like trilobite
some like
type?
little like hematode sort of deals.
Yeah, nematode.
Hemophilatodes.
Is it hematode or is it
Schmaugs.
nematode? I'm gonna search hematode now.
What are those things that?
What about-
What are those things you eat in Death Stranding? There's gonna be some of those.
No, there are hematodes. That's an actual.
Yeah, but those
thing.
things on Death Stranding that you
Oh,
eat.
hematodes is a band.
Oh, and nematode is also in the '90s cartoon, Doug. It's the things they're scared of out in the swamps.
Oh, Death Stranding things you eat. I don't remember what they're called.
Tardigrades.
Tardigrades? You eat a tardigrade in Death Stranding?
Yeah, that's all you live off of food-wise.
Oh.
And they're these little little
Yeah.
microscopic bunny guys,
They're
but you
cute.
eat like a whole
Yeah, they're cute.
chunk of them, and there might be some tardigrades out
Are
there.
there really tardigrades? Oh, sure enough. Well, they're big.
There's probably some.
They're like big.
There's probably some tardigrades
They
in your
float
anus.
around. They're big. Yeah. That's fair. I don't remember, man. Isn't that fucked up? They call them cryptobites. In Death Stranding.
Yeah,
They call 'em
there's no
cryptobites.
vertebrates out there. There's no bipeds. There's no vertebrates.
You don't think there's anything? I think that there might be something on Saturn's moon, Titan, that's not like oxygen and carbon based, but ethane and methane based, deep under the surface. Mainly because there was that satellite or that probe that like went by it and snapped some photos of the dark side, and it straight up looked like roads with intersections. Have you seen that?
I'm sorry. I got really distracted thinking about gas monsters.
Wait, gas monsters. Who's a gas monster?
You said you think there's ethane and methane based creatures.
yeah, dude.
That's gas monsters.
Yeah,
It's be like an apparition.
The
So
way
you
the
think it's
oxygen,
haunted?
the way the
You
oxygen,
think Titan's haunted? You gotta
Yeah,
say that
dude.
on record right now? You think Titan's haunted?
yeah, dude,
with smelly
on
ghosts?
record, it's got gas ghosts on it, bro. Look, dude, I'm telling you, the way that carbon and oxygen
You
work.
spend any more time near these litter boxes, we're gonna be ethane and methane based.
Listen, bro, the way that carbon and oxygen are like byproducts of each other, right?
Go on.
That's the same with like ethane and methane. And Titan's entire atmosphere is mostly methane. So I think it's possible. I don't know. If there were life in the solar
That
system.
probably makes it like warmer than it should be for where it is.
Deep underneath.
Oh.
But it's cold
Let's say
as
if the
fuck there,
atmosphere
dude.
was methane, you'd be like, man, it should be negative 8,000, but it's a balmy negative 100.
Yeah, it's crazy cold there. Like ice is like rock. Like water is like rock there. It's like crazy. But because the ethane is like and methane are like yellow, right?
Are you saying that
Crazy hard.
ice
you can't
is
see through
harder the colder it is?
That's what they say.
You think
Yeah,
there's
it's
harder,
like super
there's
frozen.
harder ice than
It's
ice?
like super frozen.
I don't know if that's a thing, but
But
if you're saying they
because
said
it's
that,
so much more dense because it's frozen that oxygen can't be in
it's
there.
frozen that much hard. It's harder frozen.
It is
frozen harder.
It's super ice, bro. It's like permafrost.
It's probably a thing. I'm going to look into
It's
it.
like permafrost, bro. I'm telling you.
I didn't think
okay.
more ice than ice.
Now, let me tell
Sounds
you
like a
something.
Bad rap song.
Okay. I don't think there's life on Europa because it'd be so radioactive from like Jupiter, the radiation from Jupiter, that I don't think life could live. I think Europa is water for sure. I think it's like a huge ass, like mainly maybe a little bit of ice on the top. But I think because it's orbiting Jupiter and Jupiter's gravitational pull is so crazy, just like how the moon moves tides, that water's never stopping. And if you keep water moving, it doesn't freeze, right?
All right.
Or it takes a lot longer to freeze. So I think Europa does have water, but I think with the radiation, there's no way.
Norman
there's
Reedus
life.
isn't getting lunch on Europa, in other words.
That's what I think.
0 tardigrades.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, tardigrades could live there, but I don't think there's tardigrades there. I think if there's life, it's on Titan, dude, and it's a different.
It always
Based
astounds
organism.
me where these questions, especially with the goats and the elephants last season.
Hey man,
Like you ask a question that's like easily answered, and then
go
who
a little
knows
bit crazy
where it
with
goes.
You never know, dude.
you do never know. All
I'm
right.
just saying.
James
just
Webb,
saying.
awesome. Next question.
Yeah, James Webb Telescope's cool.
Okay. Who is your Pokemon companion and why?
I like this question.
Go. You first.
Well, I didn't say I knew my answer. I just said I like this question.
All right.
Do
First
you
gen.
have one right in the chamber?
Yeah.
All right.
I
go
got a
then.
couple, dude. I got my first gen. I got my second gen. I got my third gen.
Oh, you're going to go that deep.
I mean, do you not want to? First gen Bulbasaur.
It's up to you.
Bulbasaur.
Oh, you mean like their evolutionary chain? Oh, no, you're talking about the gens of the
Like the-
Pokemon.
yeah.
They went from 151 to like
Yeah,
200. Now there's
so
like
Pokemon
8,045.
red, yellow,
I got
blue,
you. I got
green.
you. I got you. I got you.
Is Bulbasaur, Ivysaur?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Pikachu.
Yep.
And then the next one is, what was it? Cyndaquil,
I couldn't. I can't help you there.
Totodile,
I stopped after the first gen.
Totodile, fucking, who's the other one?
I stopped after the first generation.
Who's the green one? Fuck.
It's like he's not hearing me.
I'm trying to remember, man.
Yeah, you keep asking me a question that I answer.
Bulbasaur for me, mainly because I just like the little guy, man.
Yeah?
I think he's cool. I think he has untapped potential. It's difficult, though. Squirtle is a close second.
So Squirtle's my number one, hands down.
But I think that it'd be cool
love me some
with
Squirtle.
Bulbasaur. He'd probably help around the house with the vines.
I would like to say that just how powerful and intimidating he would be and I would never get effed with. I would like to have a Gyarados, but I don't have the patience to deal with a Magikarp.
Yeah,
I
that'd be
barely
scary.
had the patience
I
to
don't
deal
think
with
I
a
want anything.
Magikarp in the game. I was like, trade him in, do a couple flops, trade him out, trade him in, do a couple flops. I had the same issue with Hakuna and Metapod. I was like, this sucks, but I really, really, really want a Butterfree or a Beedrill. Man, this is a blast from the past. I haven't played
Dude,
these.
I'm gonna tell you right
I hope
now.
people are impressed because I haven't played this in 20 years.
Okay.
That's how much it sticks in your head.
Chikorita. It was called Chikorita.
I'm definitely not going to let something
I'll
called
tell you what,
Chikorita
dude.
be my companion.
If we were in Gen 2,
Reminds me of Chicoletta from Paw
if
Patrol.
we were in Gen 2, I would have to avoid Gardevoir like the plague because that is a hot Pokemon right there.
I was
dude.
about to think. I was trying to think of hot
Smoking hot
Pokemons. I'm
Pokemon.
like, that's a jinx.
Jinx.
Look
That
at this sultry jinx.
sultry woman. A Ditto would be good too. Can Ditto can make itself look like people, right?
I can't remember, but if it could,
Because I think they did that. Dial it back.
dial it back, everybody.
Gonna make me act up. Gonna
Person
make me do
person
something.
that
I'm
asked the
gonna
question
regret.
had all the good intents, and then we're just like, what Pokemon would I get that I could sleep
That
with?
I could bang, dude.
I don't want to catch them all.
I want to bang one.
Yeah, it's or maybe 3.
3? You got 3 Pokemon you bang? Are you a Vaporeon guy? Have you heard about that? They had AI that had Joe
So,
Biden saying that Gardevoir is the most breedable.
So
like,
I always thought
easy
Abra
crossbreed.
was a girl Pokemon, but then when it becomes an Alakazam, it has a giant mustache, and I'm just like, oh, I was
Abra?
confused. Yeah,
okay.
Is it Abra?
Yeah, it's Abra.
yeah, Abra. I always thought it was
Because
a
it's
girl.
Abra, Kadabra, like Abra.
Yeah, and then Alakazam.
then
Yeah, yeah.
Alakazam.
And I thought Abra was a girl, but then it turns into Alakazam and has like a gigantic mustache. You're just
So
like,
Kadabra
I
didn't
don't
throw
know.
you off of
I
that?
don't know how I feel
theory?
about this. I don't remember what Kadabra looks like. It might have tipped me off.
Okay. I'm going to pray for you either way. So what's your
wouldn't be
Gen
surprised
1?
if I-
Would you do Charmander?
If I caught you in a dark room with a what's it called, Clefairy?
Cliff.
A
Yeah,
Jigglypuff. No, a
Clefairy.
Jigglypuff. Like,
Jigglypuff.
James, what do you got in there?
No.
You don't trust Jigglypuff is probably the number one like offender for Pokemon date rape.
Because
So,
they put him to sleep.
yeah. Don't
So-
trust Jigglypuff.
So
It's
like
cute,
all the
cute and
skeevy-
harmless looking, but anything that can put you to
All-
sleep on demand, don't trust it.
All the skeevy dudes would have a Jigglypuff then. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it's so cute. And
Oh,
also,
so
it would like people would go, "Oh my gosh, look at this thing!" And you're just like, "Yeah, it sings really good too."
Would you go camping? If
I
you
would
went
stay
camping,
away
you'd
from
bring
anyone with a Jigglypuff. There's no good can come from it. Nothing good happens after midnight, and no one that has a Jigglypuff is a good person.
That's fair.
I don't know.
Who's your starter?
Squirtle, dude.
Squirtle?
100%.
Alright,
I
fair.
also am very partial to Pidgey. I
Gen
think Pidgeot is the coolest fully
Evolved.
evolved Pokemon. It's my favorite.
I would do Gen 2. I would do Totodile.
Blastoise.
Because a Feraligatr
too
would be
chonky.
sick, dude.
Not fast enough.
Ooh, we could get a bear Pokemon, dude. Like Ursine. Was it I forget his name.
You're talking later generations again.
All right. Sorry, dude. Gen 1s. Is there a Pokemon that you would want to not exist? Like, would you own a coughing?
I have no issue with those guys spewing out sludge.
What about Ghastly, Gengar?
Bring them on. I especially like the ghost ones. Yeah.
You'd like the ghost ones?
Dude, you know who else I really, really liked? And I had the Beanie Baby of them from like when I was a little
I'd do a
kid.
Until
I was
do a
an adult.
Togepi.
And I lost it. Now I'm sad. Now I'm depressed. I lost it. I had a Zubat.
I would not want a Zubat, bro. That big ass mouth.
I love Zubat.
The gold bat with that massive ass mouth, dude.
I wouldn't let my Zubat evolve. I would hold him back.
You keep him a Zubat forever.
Like Ash did with Pikachu. He'd be a Zubat forever. He'd be like a level 100 Zubat.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually my number one choice now.
Zubat?
It's over Squirtle, over Pidgey.
Zubat.
I want a lifelong Zubat. This felt really nerdy.
That's okay.
This is against...
There's nothing wrong with being nerdy.
Absolutely not. It's just a bit more nerdy than I typically get. I guess there's different types of nerdy. There's like gamer nerdy, which I typically don't get that way. I get like history and culture nerdy.
I don't think I'd want like a Gyarados or like an Onyx. You know what I mean? I don't want anything that's like bigger than a fucking house.
Geodude. Yeah, I don't want a Geodude. Yeah, I don't need that guy flexing his little rocky arms and my...
Machamp would be sick.
Yeah, I don't want like a mixed martial art.
You could use the Geodude to like float around places though.
I'm not riding a rock places.
It's weird though because Graveler and Golem have legs.
Yeah.
But Geodude just fucking floats.
He like devolves.
Yeah, he got worse. He got worse.
A lot of people in our age group are going to really enjoy this conversation, I think, because it really is a blast from the past. It's making me smile a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to, yeah. That's all I got for
I'm going to go home and play Pokemon tonight.
The hell?
If I owned it.
You
if I had a way to. I played, the last Pokemon related thing I played was Pokemon Snap on Switch, like the new one.
Damn.
It was so much fun, dude.
That's a long time, though.
It was like a couple years.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Seems like a long time to me.
Anyway, what we got next?
Okay. What's your go-to home-cooked date meal, like to impress your significant other?
Yours is that fucking Eggs Benedict bullshit, right?
What? Eggs Benedict?
What the fuck is it? The thing you make? The sandwich?
Egg in a basket?
I don't know. The bread and the egg.
Yeah, no, right? That's not. I wouldn't make that to impress anybody. That's like a late night snack. It's like, oh, this is hearty and good, and look at you. Yeah, no, that's not like the dinner, man. Probably like a pasta with a homemade sauce and like garlic bread, or like a steak and baked potato and grilled vegetable or something like that. Which those are both very stereotypical. Both of them with wine.
Yeah, me.
I do a really good lemon butter sauce. I do a really good red sauce as well. Homemade.
I would just make it a thing to just find a recipe and then we cook it together kind of thing and eat how it turns out. But if I had to actually just make something, it's going to be chicken and rice, baby, with some Dijon mustard. Throw that bitch in a crock pot.
Yeah, you'd probably have to take them somewhere.
Yeah.
Man, no, I can just hear people listening.
I would cook with somebody, but like to cook it to impress, not happening.
So I'm after watching our last episode, I'm really concerned with my lack of neck that I've never noticed before in normal mirrors.
No neck.
And so now I'm visualizing people listening to this being like, I bet you do make a good lemon butter sauce, fat piece of shit. Like, how many dates have you been on?
No. Hey, you're married, bro. You don't have to anymore.
Yeah, I make lemon butter sauce every night, apparently.
You're locked in, dude. You're good, man. Ain't nothing to worry about. Don't let them haters hate, dude.
For health reasons, this neck needs to shrink.
A very popular musician would say something like, haters are going to hate.
I am like kind of down and hunched over a little bit. Maybe if
I'm just going to shake
out a little bit.
Shake it off.
Don't you do
Shake it off.
Okay. Stop it.
I'm just saying.
Stop it.
Shake it off,
You're
bro.
gonna make me be a bad person.
All right.
All right.
Next question.
Moving on.
I don't know. Like,
You don't.
Do you have to cook for people?
Yes.
You do?
You don't have to, but the fact that you aren't
fuck
great
that.
at it. The next question. People
I ain't
get what they
cooking
need
for
to
nobody,
know.
dude. I'll
Well-
cook with you, but I ain't cooking for you.
How many squares of toilet paper are best for a proper wipe?
This is a multi-layered question here.
There is no amount of regular toilet paper that's appropriate
All right.
for a good wipe. As everyone knows, I've mentioned it several times in this podcast. Now you got to see it happen in person. Dude wipes. Don't go to the
They
bathroom
bop.
without one.
To be honest, dude wipes do bop.
You can wipe all day long. There's still going to be a little bit of action in the crevices. You know what? Dude wipes. So my answer is there is no, use the whole roll. You're still going to be nasty.
Damn.
I'm not saying you're a nasty person. I'm just saying like it's
No,
not
I'm
going to be
just
clean.
saying,
I
like,
mean, I
damn.
spent 32 years before I discovered these. Just
Being
yeah,
nasty.
I guess that worked.
I'm like this close to getting a bidet, dude.
Yeah, again, no amount of
I didn't put up a sign
squares
saying
is
it.
enough. Dude,
Right.
I was listening to a radio show where some like model or something was just like, to save the environment, I asked that everyone only uses 2 squares or something like that.
What
I was
the
like,
fuck?
I was
Okay.
like, I will destroy 2 squares.
Pump the brakes. Here, first thing, if it's one ply, you're probably in a hotel or you're treating yourself poorly. Stop getting one
don't
ply.
don't
all
get
right?
one ply.
Don't get one ply anymore. I
You
don't
want
care.
the quilted pockets.
I don't care if you're taking psyllium husks every day and that shit's coming out like fucking.
If you can't lay one of the
blobs.
squares down at the top of your bed and use it as a pillow, you're buying the wrong
you're
toilet
buying the
paper.
wrong. Yeah, that's it. All right, so no one ply if you're not buying it. If you're at a hotel, you fucking jump in the shower. Like jump in the shower and just get
If
it.
you're at
clean.
your house, jump in the shower. That's
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I
that's
did
you.
before I
That's
discovered
you.
dude wipes. I would only shit
Now,
at bedtime before I got in
Charmin?
the shower.
Charmin and Cottonelle make a really good. I think it's 2-ply. They may also make it in 4-ply, but it is
Charmin makes a good one.
a ridged. So it's like got little ridges in it, and if you got any bit of booty hair, god damn,
Yeah,
those things do work.
they get
They
in the
catch
track
it,
and
they
then
catch
it rolls
it,
down.
and they
I know
pull
what
it
you're talking
down the
about. The
track.
ones that have the lanes in them,
Yep,
like probably
yep.
30 across.
And
yeah.
so if you go along with the lanes, you don't want to go along with
don't
the
go
lanes
ag-
first. Go against the lanes
go.
first to get the most of the grit out of there, and then go with the along the lanes.
the grit.
Go
Some of us eat sand.
go along the lanes to make sure that the hairs are cleaned out, and then shave. I'm gonna be honest, if you haven't shaved your butt before, give that shit a try.
If you never
There's
eaten a Cliff
strategy.
Bar, sometimes there's grit.
all right. Look, there's a strategy to shaving as well. You got to Captain Morgan it. So you put one leg up on the bathtub, you crouch the other leg down,
This isn't what they
full
asked.
access. Okay, make
Oh,
sure
you
you're
mean
in
for
the
wiping.
bathtub when you're doing it though.
Yeah, I like how detailed of instructions people got out of this question.
I'm just saying.
Like, listen, get the ones with the tracks, and then first one, get the grit out. Second one, let your hairs fall into their individual lanes.
Each of the
and the
grooves.
lanes will squeeze what's
They'll
left
get
of the
it.
excrement
Bro,
off
it's
of the
crazy
hairs.
Good. It's good.
Do it multiple times, and then if you really want to go the extra mile, jump in the shower, use a dude wipe, or have a bidet.
I think jumping in the shower is just, especially once
That's
you
what I
get our
did for
age.
32 years. Well, I say that probably the first.
Once you get
I
our
was
age,
in a
you
diaper
should,
or
jump,
something.
you should be jumping in the shower, bro. I don't think there's a time, even with psyllium husks. Oh, psyllium fiber. Let's fucking talk about that.
Well-
As long as you're drinking enough water, you got to stay hydrated because they'll fuck you up, dude.
Yeah, you'll be.
They will fuck you up. But these things,
Plugged
I
up.
kid you not, literally, for some reason, I use psyllium husks. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's a capsule
Yeah, I
full
just
of fiber.
Drink the Metamucil version,
And that shit, I kid you not, it literally wraps around the turd
like an old person.
and creates like a gellular type force field. And that shit, whoop, just comes right out.
Yeah, and then when you wipe,
And
nothing's even on
there.
it.
Nothing's
yeah.
there,
So that's
dude.
the next thing I was going to get to.
Psyllium
And maybe
husks.
and maybe the person that asked this eats a healthier diet and has a healthier gut biome and eats their fiber. Maybe.
Maybe.
This seems like the kind of question that not only that supermodel is behaving herself food-wise, but when you live off of the kind of foods that you and I eat,
fucking trash,
it's
dude.
basically just like
It's a battle.
fossil fuels coming out of you.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a battle to...
there's no, but there's been a few times where I've exercised, drank lots of water, and ate clean, and it was just like
And
bloop, and then
you're
you
like,
wipe, it's just
"Damn,
like,
dude, my
oh
food's
my god,
great."
I understand how people do this now.
I'm
But
gonna
if you
tell you
live
right
off
now,
of
boy.
Burger King and prayers, then you need dude wipes.
You need psyllium husks. I'm
and
telling
so
you
yeah,
right
and
now.
you need a supplement for
God
sure.
damn,
Yeah.
psyllium husks, boy. That shit changed my life, man. When I started taking husks.
Yeah, if you have one of those amazing nights, the game's on, you have 9 or 10 beers and a
wings
bucket of
and-
chicken, you better
yeah.
have a dude wipe out the next day. 'Cause
Something. Yeah, dude, I'm afraid. Like, my
And the
problem with
stripes
dude wipes, dude, is
toilet
I'm
paper.
afraid of the fucking fatberg, you know?
you-
I'm really
So,
afraid that shit.
I
like,
I
fucks
go.
up your
This is how
sewage.
much I care about making sure that I'm clean after going to the bathroom, and that I don't destroy my plumbing system.
Uh-huh.
I will like use it and like throw it in like a Walmart bag or something, and then immediately take it
like
to the
that.
trash,
I like that.
like the actual trash.
So
I
I'm,
won't flush them because like
I'm
100 of
definitely-
them, and your
Same.
plumbing's destroyed.
I'm a dude wipe advocate. I van lifed, dude. I van lifed for like 8 months.
Although I will say this: if I'm in a public place, I'm like, fuck it, flush.
Dude brand makes dude wipes and they make dude showers. And those dude showers
I've used
were
a dude
fucking
shower. Yeah, they're
sick,
great.
dude. They're so good. And all of those, I did the same thing. I had a little Target bag that I would load them up in. And
Dude showers reminds me of that Denzel Washington movie, Book of Eli, where he's like taking a bath and it's like wet naps.
The chicken from the alcohol wipes.
And then he trades them for like
Yeah.
a charge on his iPhone. He's like, I'll give you like 3 of
Not
these.
only a charge on his iPhone, those things were like fucking liquid gold there.
Yeah, because you get to get a little clean.
Yeah, because they didn't really have like clean running water.
Yeah, man, we went all out on that question. I say we leave it. Nothing else to say on that.
Listen, we didn't even say how many sheets.
I said there's
2,
no amount.
3. Okay, 3 if you're
If you
using the
eat
2
like
ply
a
with the ridges.
supermodel or not like a degenerate, probably 10. I don't know.
3 if you're using 2 ply with the ridges for the first pass, 2 for the second pass, so a total of 5 should sort you out.
I
And if it takes more than 3 wipes, then you need to look at psyllium husks. You probably need to look at your diet, and you need
do a
to
little
just start
exercise,
climbing.
water,
You need to start climbing in the shower.
all of the above. Yep.
That's what I got.
How many questions is that? 4 so far?
I don't fucking know,
That
man.
was 5. We've got one more.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Musk or Zuckerberg? Who wins in the cage fight? And who would you like to be in the octagon with?
Bro, I'm going to be honest.
Dude, I'm hoping this happens, and a lot of people are saying it will be the highest earning pay-per-view in world
It's going to
history.
be like
I believe
KSI
it.
and
I believe
Jake,
it.
Jake Paul.
No, it'll make that seem like child's play. It'll make 5 times as much money as that did.
Dude, Musk is going to beat his ass.
You
for
think?
Sure. Oh, for
So
sure.
Zuck is like an accomplished combat sports person at this point,
I mean,
and
he's
very
done
fit.
like fucking...
So stamina really plays
You
into
think he's
this.
going to smoke that meat, dude?
Stamina really plays into this. However,
Doesn't
Musk,
play in if he
here's
knocks
the
his
deal.
ass out.
So Musk
first
is from
round.
South Africa, and he didn't come from money.
I think Musk.
Both
is
of
gonna
those
fucking
things. Anybody
obliterate
from
him,
that
dude.
continent, I'm not gonna bet against, right?
Yeah.
And
Fair.
so another thing is a mixed martial artist from South Africa who's actually a pro and stuff. I think he's retired. He said that if this fight happens, he will personally, as another person from South Africa, he has interest in this. He has national pride. He will train Musk. And if Musk goes and takes that seriously, he is going to
Oh, he's gonna
rip
fucking
Zuckerberg's
break him
nerdy
in
ass
two, dude.
limb from limb.
Break him in 2.
If he just shows up all cocky and fat, Zuckerberg will probably hands him up.
You think Zuck will give
100%.
him smoke that
If
meat?
today's Elon Musk just shows up thinking he's got what it takes just because he's cool, Zuckerberg, who is fit and who has technique, is going to beat him. But if Musk, who I have no doubt has an absolute beast inside of him that needs to be honed, goes and trains with the South African trainer. Musk shows up and they're going to have to stop it before Zuckerberg dies.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not like, you know who I really want to be in there? Bezos, dude. Just to watch him get fucking
He's kind of ripped too.
Yeah.
Like, he's a fit boy.
Who else? Who would be another billionaire with like along their reigns that you could put in?
No one that's like that age. You got Richard Branson, who could probably throw down a little bit, but he's like 70 now, but he stays in good shape. You've got Bill Gates, who
Bill Gates
is not gonna fight anybody.
Bill Gates ain't gonna fight a fucking paper bag, dude.
I don't know. You had that Hamish dude that is now sleeping with the fishes.
Hamish.
Yeah, he was on the Ocean Gate sub.
Oh,
He was an adventurer, and he was in decent shape,
Yeah.
though he was older.
Damn, bro.
I don't recall any other billionaires. But with all that being said, it could go either way depending on who takes it seriously. It could also go the way that a lot of celebrity fights do, where they just do it for the money and hype it up, and then
Fiddle
neither of
paddle.
them truly try.
Yeah.
They like
fiddle
take it
paddle.
easy on each
Nobody
other
tries
and
to
just
hurt,
kind of
yeah.
like pat around.
It's all in good fun.
That would really upset me. I want to see some actual like anger, and
I want to see a
real fight.
billionaire murdered.
Yeah. Yes.
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 Okay,
Yes. The
fair.
recent events hasn't. It's that wasn't the way I wanted it done. I wanted it to be done on dry ground in front of millions of people.
Damn. Because the other billionaire. Sorry,
Yeah, that was.
bro. I'm like, I'm not quick with it today. You know, I'm kind of slow with it.
It's too many video games.
You crack. You watch out.
You need
Video
more
games-
lights on. You need to go for a walk. You need to
Let me
breathe
tell
the
you
air.
something. Video games
think
are
the
what
thoughts.
keep me fucking sharp, dude. Okay.
Oh man,
If it wasn't
going
for
for a
video
jog
games,
will keep you sharp.
we'll
I don't
keep
jog,
these-
so
what's
I
that?
don't.
What's that?
I don't jog apparently.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you're as dull as a box of something that's dull.
that was painful.
I was trying, dude. I couldn't think of anything.
Well, you're also
You're also
hanging out. All right. So he also asked who you want to get in the ring with. Probably Zuck.
Zucky Wucky, dude.
Because even though he's strong,
if I could get him to the cage, it's over, dude.
My favorite thing that
fat ass.
when they first started talking crap to each other, Elon said, "I have this move called the walrus where I just lay on top of you."
That's it, bro. That's all it takes. Like if he couldn't, and I don't think he could, bro. My big ass. There's no way he'd fucking
I think Musk is
taekwondo kick me,
considerably
dude. I'd
bigger.
catch his fucking leg and be on top of him. As long as I can get on top of of an opponent, I'll win.
You just kick him right there. That's awfully low. That's right
When
in
it
there.
comes at you, just
Sometimes
kick
his
it
neck's
right there.
down there.
When he tries to punch you, you just block it like that. Now, what's your favorite cheese? Mine's Havarti. Tom Segura.
So
Shout
Tom
out.
Segura has a new special out. I watched.
I
it
need to watch
I watched
it.
it the night I told you about it. It's so funny.
It's good.
dude.
I'll watch it. I'll watch
It's
it.
so funny.
There's a comedian I want you to watch too. He kind of looked like a jock, and so I didn't think it was going to be very good. But then when I started watching it, I was like, bro, this guy's fucking hilarious.
Is it that one that everyone's like obsessed with? That's like
don't know.
ripped and young.
He's young and he's not ripped, but he's got a good frame. But he does look like a jock. He looks like your like typical quarterback, but he plays into it and he's kind of nerdy. So it's like it kind of he takes you on a ride. It's fun. It's entertaining. I know which one you're talking about. I don't think it's the hottie.
Oh, like a lot of women are like really excited.
Yeah, it's not the hottie.
He's coming
It's not
to
him.
Oklahoma City. And
He's
people are like,
blonde.
"Oh,
This
that's
guy's blonde. I think that guy has black hair.
cool." Yep. Or brown, something.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's 6, yeah?
Yes.
You want to sling one more, dude? We're only like 40 minutes in.
If there's another one, let's do another one.
That was it.
That's
I don't
it.
have another one.
Okay, that's it.
All right. Well, so you know what that means, folks. Get asking questions.
We need more
We
questions.
need
to answer.
the questions. We need the questions.
I think Musk is going to win. I think even if he doesn't take it seriously, if they don't make him trim down and your boy Zucky Wucky doesn't fucking bulk up, bro, his ass is going to get against the side of a cage and it's over, dude.
Let's see if it even happens first.
What are the odds that it's not going to happen? Is it pretty high? High?
High?
Really?
These guys got shit to do, man. They're not billionaires because they
Yes, they are.
because they do fights against other billionaires in their
That's
spare
fair.
time.
That's fair.
This is
But
something.
when you're a billionaire, you have enough time where you can do some dumb shit like that, dude.
So that's not the case. So there's some millionaires that get to sit back on their laurels and stuff. But when
Bro,
you're talking Bezos, when you're talking Musk, and when you're talking Zuck, these guys sleep like 4 hours a night, man. No, they're working buzzer to buzzer. They don't have like that leisurely of a life.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that's why
about
it's
that.
unfair to kind of hate them. Like they're hustling.
It's not, I think
When they play,
let me
they
say-
play. They might play for a month straight, but when they're working harder than
let me,
any of us.
Let me state that I don't necessarily hate.
That doesn't mean I'm okay with them being that filthy rich and
I don't
treating people the way they
necessarily-
do, but they work hard.
Yeah. So let me say I don't necessarily hate billionaires. I hate that the system allows for billionaires to exist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's an important thing to note. But at the same time, to be a billionaire and not use that for good is kind of disappointing, right? It's a little heartbreaking.
I think they all do charities, but it's not enough.
No.
And they also don't pay, with few exceptions, their employees enough. I would say Musk is probably the best in that situation because I actually personally know people that have worked for SpaceX.
Yeah, but
One of
my
them worked
man's-
for SpaceX for a year, and he's been just riding the bank account he made from that for like 2 years.
Damn.
He's been traveling the world for like 2 years after only working for SpaceX for a year.
That's pretty wild, dude.
It's insane. So he must pay his engineers really
Pretty well.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just I think my man's lost it though. You know what I mean?
I don't know. He might have worked there for more than a year. It might have been a few years.
Like
But he's not been. He
with everything
hasn't
going
worked in
on
a long
with
time.
Twitter, I don't know, dude. I'm worried. I'm worried about the direction that Musk is headed. I don't know.
He's erratic.
You
He
know what I
doesn't care, man. He's not a traditional businessman. He's like, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I
Yeah.
don't care. I do my thing.
mean? All right. Well, I guess we can close it out. What do we got coming up?
Sound of Freedom film review.
Freedom.
Hear that? That's the sound of
It's a
freedom.
movie that is out by the guy who played Jesus in The Passion of the Christ. They also have free tickets if you go to
Some
just
website.
fucking Google Sound of Freedom free tickets or some shit.
Yeah.
I'd say, not to spoil, I don't want to spoil our fucking pre-movie review, but it was an okay enough movie to watch, and I watched it technically for free. So, I mean,
I wasn't bored either.
if you can watch it for free, it's good. I will say the pacing was good to a point, and then it was like, all right, dude, come on.
Yeah, we can talk about
But
it.
we'll talk about it when it's there. Sound of Freedom. We talk about it next on Friday. So if you wanna hear about the Sound of Freedom, it'll be on there. It's out in theaters. You can get free tickets.
The bets that's gonna be our least listened to episode ever.
Really, I think our least
think
listened
so.
to episode is probably.
Man, I was like, I know you've always told me not to do this.
Go ahead.
It's
Brag out.
really depressing if you look at our metrics right now while we've been off the
Why
air.
are you looking at the metrics, dude?
Oh boy.
Look, dude, metrics are just
We've
the
been
fucking
forgotten,
friends.
man.
Listen, sometimes the metrics are just the friends we make along the way. All right? You just keep going. Just keep hashing it out, bro. It'll metric itself, That's the trick. You just let it ride.
Fair enough.
Ride it like a bat out of hell or something. All right, yeah, so that's what we got coming up. We're going to be showcasing probably
Sorry.
It's okay. Well, all good things must come to an end, and unfortunately, that includes this episode. As always, remember,
Don't
Don't
be
be
a
a
bear
bear
rug.
rug.
Oh, we're not even on. It's ruined.
don't do it.
Don't do it. Nothing good can come from it. But seriously, we really appreciate you listening, and we hope you tune in next time.